And so thank you for being a part of our public and working to improve our town. So thank you. We have a manager's report from Mr. Markle.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight we are asking for approval for 6 new volunteer members. 5 of whom are adults, 1's a junior, 4 of whom are township residents. These volunteers will be for fire and EMS, fire or EMS.
Okay, thank you.
Additionally, I just wanted to give council a quick update on Himalayan Road. Himalayan Road, the actual physical improvements, meaning the installation of the respective sewer and water mains, is complete. The final phase of the project is to get the water mains connected to the residents' homes and businesses' homes, businesses along Himalayan Road. That was begun today, and it's expected to continue through the end of next week. We're hoping it can get done if the weather cooperates by the end of next week, but it may spill over a little further. And then lastly, I just want to wish everyone a peaceful Veterans Day on Tuesday, to thank a veteran for their service. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Well, we will additionally have several wreath hanging events on Veterans Day, starting at 11 o'clock downtown here in Medford, at right next to the Medford Community Center. And we do appreciate the volunteers. And so, does anyone have any questions or concerns about the volunteers? The applications? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the firefighters and EMS are approved. Chief, if you could thank them for us, that would be wonderful. We deeply appreciate our volunteers. And we do have a clerk's report this evening.
Yes, we do. We've got a couple of social care permits. One is for Burlington County Bar Foundation to do a fundraiser on November 14th at Medford Village Country Club. And the other one is for Township Brewery for the Dickens Festival on December 6th, and off-premise. We also have raffles. We have 50-50 and basket raffles for St. Mary of the Lakes PTA, November 14th, December 6th, and 15th and 19th. For St. Mary of the Lakes Church, we have 50-50 December 7th. And we have a pull tab raffle for the DFW. That's November 20th, 2025 through November 20th, 2026.
Okay. Thank you. All in favor of the clerk's report?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the clerk's report is accepted. We have one bill list to accept this evening for November 4th, 2025. Can I have a motion to accept the bill list?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. The bill list is accepted. We have one ordinance for introduction. Would someone like to make a motion for ordinance 2025-19?
I move that council introduce on first reading 2025-19, amending the code of the Township of Medford, Chapter 128, Article 3, wildlife feeding, to add a new section 128-12, feral cats.
Thank you. Can I have a second? Second. Thank you. So just to explain this ordinance, it prevents the feeding of feral cats if such feeding causes a nuisance to neighbors or creates a condition contrary to the health, safety, and welfare of the community. And those feeding feral cats will be required to cooperate with any humane program that traps feral cats for spaying, neutering, immunizing the cats from rabies, and tipping the cat's left ear and returning it to its environment. The public hearing for this will be on November 20th. Does anyone have any questions or comments about the resolution? Roll call for approval, please.
Ms. Mel?
Aye, this is important. It's an ordinance, not a resolution.
Oh, sorry, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the comments.
Okay. Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sinsich?
Aye.
Mayor Epstein?
Aye. Thank you. The ordinance is approved. Next, we have ordinance 2025-20. Would anyone like to make a motion for that?
I move that council introduce on first reading ordinance 2025-20, amending the code of the Township of Medford, Chapter 113, peddling and soliciting.
Do you have a second? Second. All right, thank you. This is an ordinance that allows a 5-day extension for each police investigation if the applicant is seeking approval from multiple solicitors. It also establishes hours for soliciting from October 1st through March 31st from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Requires children under the age of 14 years old to be accompanied by an adult, and the public hearing for this will be November 20th. Does anyone have any comments or questions about the ordinance? Roll call for approval, please.
Ms. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Simons?
Aye.
Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Susan? Mayor Eklund?
Thank you. The ordinance is approved. Would someone like to make a motion for ordinance 2025-21?
I move that council introduce on first reading ordinance 2025-21, amending the code of the Township of Medford to adopt a new chapter 49A entitled Nuisance Bamboo.
Second.
Thank you. This chapter means to protect private and public property from damaging spread of nuisance bamboo grass. It also details the standards of containment measures and penalties for violating the ordinance. The public hearing will be on November 20th. Does anyone have any comments or statements regarding this ordinance? Roll call for approval, please.
Ms. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Simons?
Aye.
Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Susan?
Aye.
Mayor Eklund?
Aye. The ordinance is approved. Does someone like to make a motion for ordinance 2025-22?
I move that council introduce on first reading ordinance 2025-22, amending chapter 5-31.9 entitled Medford Alliance Group.
Is there a second?
Second.
And this amendment makes, changes the makeup of the group, and so the group will no longer require 2 members of council to be on this particular group. All 5 members must be Medford residents. Public hearing will be November 20th. Does anyone have any questions or comments about the ordinance? Roll call for approval, please.
Ms. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Simons?
Aye.
Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Susan?
Aye.
Mayor Eklund?
Aye. The ordinance is approved. We have one ordinance for second reading. Would someone like to make a motion for ordinance 2025-17?
That sounds like adoption, right? No? Oh, you want me to just read that? I move to, council on second reading ordinance 2025-17, providing for repair and reconstruction of the Braddock's Mill Dam and related improvements in and for the township, appropriating $1,100,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,045,000 in special assessment bonds or notes of the township to finance the same.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. So this ordinance is in response to the New Jersey Dam Restoration Project Loan Agreement executed by the State of New Jersey, the NJDEP, and Braddock's Mill Conservation Association, and the Township of Medford in December 2021. It is being amended due to an error identified in the original ordinance. The introduction was on October 19th, and so we'll be opening this up for public hearing. So if you'd like to speak to this ordinance alone, you're welcome to raise your hand. We'll bring you up to the microphone. Please state your name and you're allowed to make comments. Please, thank you. Thank you for waiting.
That's okay, thank you. My name is Carol Swanson. Can you hear that? Thank you.
You're welcome to adjust that if you'd like.
It's better.
Turn that down. Makes it easier.
Yeah, they don't respond well to me. I wanted to say thank you to the township for doing this. It's been a number of years, the dam has never had an issue, but the state is requiring that we study it and come up with something else that's gonna make it better than it already is. We know we have to deal with that reality, and we are. But it was over $1 million for construction costs, which would be very hard on a 55-member community association, which in the historic past, and we've lived there maybe 30 years, had annual dues of $200. So you don't have a big war chest to deal with something like this, even though it is your responsibility. So we appreciate that this township is willing to guarantee that loan should the homeowners association, Braddock's Mill Conservation Association, fail to make its annual payments on the loan. We hope to be good neighbors, and we appreciate the help from the township in allowing us to meet our obligations. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else? Seeing none, would anyone like to make a motion to close public hearing? Thank you. Roll call to close public hearing, please.
Ms. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Simons?
Aye.
Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Susan?
Aye.
Mayor Eklund?
Aye. is closed. Are there any council comments? All right, roll call for adoption, please.
Ms. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Simon?
Aye.
Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sizik?
Aye.
Mayor Redstock?
Aye. The ordinance is adopted. Regarding consent agenda resolutions, we have Resolution 177-2025, authorizing cancellation of final 2025 preliminary 2026 property taxes on property owned by a qualifying totally disabled exempt veteran. Resolution 178-2025, designating and appointing alternate municipal court prosecutors. Resolution 179-2025, authorizing a contract with Priz Water Supply Company under the statutory purchasing threshold. Resolution 180-2025, authorizing an agreement with Delta Dental for the provision of dental benefits to the township employees. Resolution 181-2025, amending the Township of Medford 2025 year municipal budget by the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation from the Haynes Family Foundation Grant Program. Resolution 182-2025, amending the Township of Medford 2025 year municipal budget by the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation from the Sustainable Jersey Grant Program. Resolution 183-2025, amending the Township of Medford 2025 year municipal budget by the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation entitled National Opioid Settlement Fund. Resolution 184-2025, amending the Township of Medford 2025 year municipal budget by the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation from the Medford Arts Center Art and Wine Music Festival. Resolution 185-2025, amending the Township of Medford 2025 year municipal budget by the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation from the Medford Business Association Oktoberfest. Resolution 186-2025, amending the Township of Medford 2025 year municipal budget by the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation from the Medford Historical Society Apple Festival. Resolution 187-2025, approving 2025 appropriation transfers. Does anyone have any questions or comments about the consent agenda? I just have one. It came up earlier, Mr. Hornicle. Perhaps you could explain Resolution 179-2025, Priz Water Supply Company. It came up earlier.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. That is a routine chemical contract for the water system. It's a gaseous chemical that gets injected to help us maintain our permit water quality. Because the amount of the contract is above the pay-to-play threshold, but below the bid threshold, we bring it to council for approval.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, hearing none, can I have a motion to accept the consent agenda resolutions?
Second.
Second. Thank you. Roll call for approval, please.
Ms. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Simon?
Aye.
Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Sizik?
Aye.
Mayor Redstock?
Aye. Consent agenda resolutions are approved. We have no resolutions this evening. We do have our executive session, Resolution ES 1106-2025, regarding personnel, public body appointment, NJSA 10:4-12B, Section 8. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved. I'll second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the motion is approved, so we'll now go into our executive session. You're welcome to remain. We'll have a somewhat lengthy discussion, and then we'll return and action may be taken.